Hendrik, welcome to episode number 29 of the GrowthArtic podcast. Today with a very GrowthArtic topic called growth skills. What are the skills you actually need as a growth marketer? If you go to episode, I think it's even like
One of the
2
first
or
10,
3, we talked about the T-shaped model. Yeah, the model. Maybe you want to explain it, what that T-shaped model is. So we have a nice continuation of...
Yeah, T-shaped. So I learned the T-shaped model from my recruiting time. And T-shaped means like a T. So you have to be really, really broad in all the skills. Maybe if you're making something like a balanced scorecard thing from, so a ranking from 0 skill to 5 skill, you would say we will define the skills. Yeah, you have all the skills, and maybe you have in all the skills at least not 0, at least 1. So that means you are really broad, and in just one skill you are at least one skill. You have you are a real expert, a real nerd in coding, in analytics, in customer empathy, whatever it is. I always try to prefer the P-shape guys.
P-shape, who have 2 skills.
Yeah, two expert skills. Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess they are rarer than the 1 skill guys.
For sure.
Yeah. And the 5 skill guys might not. The M shape, the 3.
I would say two skills is possible, but more than 2. So to be really expert in 2 skills is possible.
Yeah.
But
more it's hard. I actually think this is bullshit, because we have this super short time frame in mind. Like, how long does it actually take to become good at something these days? It's like a year. Yeah, like spend your time studying analytics in a year, and yes, there is always more to learn, but you know at least the 80-90% of what's to know to be successful.
80%.
Yeah? So let's dive into this. I got this question from a situation where we were sitting with the city of Cologne. They were asking us what the challenges of Cologne businesses were, and I suggested the idea: why don't we, as the entrepreneurs of Cologne, offer a boot camp, like a digitalization boot camp, something, and a developer boot camp, because we had too few developers in Cologne, and we have too few skilled technical, like really modern marketers. And so we were like, okay, let's do this boot camp as like a minimum version of this. And so I sat down. I was wondering, if I were to design a boot camp that could be several days at least, what topics would I suppose I would teach people to become a solid growth marketer? Yeah, and that was not that easy. There are so many topics to dive into, and it was so hard to choose. So, but I dumped it down to 5. But before we go into those, let me ask you, like, what do you think? Let's just brainstorm a couple of skills that we think a growth marketer needs.
So I would start with it's not a real name for it, but it's spirit. It's
spirit.
It's mindset.
Okay.
Spirit. How to train this to execute? You have to execute. Don't talk. Don't read 10 books. Read 1 book. Take 1 idea and start executing. I think that's not a
experiment. Execute.
Yeah. And that's something you have to learn. That's not.
Is it learnable?
I think it's learnable.
Okay. Yeah, I think so.
I think it's learnable. I train it, or I as a coach I train it to all my attendees, like just giving them examples how they did it, how I did it. Bad examples are the best examples. I did it like this, and it cost me just 1 day instead of 100 days.
Yep.
And that's the way we start training to execute faster, to think big in the end, to have a clear vision, but to start with the first.
Mindset and execution.
So important.
Are you willing to make a little game out of this?
If you want to.
Yeah. So how about we challenge each other to say the most important skill, then I say the most important skill, and then you can add, and then I can add. So you said the most important skill is the mindset and of the execution now.
Yeah.
I would agree. Okay. So I think the most important skill for a growth marketer is to be able to create proper growth experiments. Yeah, to set up a growth system for themselves where they can say, okay, today I want to try Facebook ads, and they can create a meaningful funnel and measure the outcome of those experiments, and they can keep on experimenting. So the ability to experiment and the willingness, that's mine.
So I would agree, but I think this is a vision. Find a guy.
What's your next important one? What do you think?
The next one after building this? So I think there was not just one, it was more than one.
Let me just call it like experimenting.
Experimenting, okay, that's one.
Okay.
But you said this Facebook ad and then a funnel and so on.
Then when you ask like what type of experiments, you go to different skills. Yeah, but the ability to set up experiments no matter what the challenge, what the channel is, for example.
Yeah, next one, if you have mindset, if you have this kind of experimental style, then our next one would be customer empathy.
Oh.
Yes, that's great, right? Customer empathy, it means the skill, the ability to think like, to 100% think like your customer. In all situations. And not to think what I want them to do as a business owner to earn more money or to get the lead in or whatever.
I like this one.
To think like a customer.
Put yourself in the customer's shoes and see what problems they have and solve those problems for your customer. That's so key.
Hard and so important.
And that is the thing where I believe personally, I'm super glad when I enter a team, they had any kind of either design thinking training or customer development training, and actually went out and did customer interviews and did empathy maps and everything. I'm so glad when people did it, because I know if they didn't, the probability that they're building something that nobody wants is so high. Yeah. So empathy for your customer, building something that they actually want. Huge.
Schachmat.
So the next one for me is
Spickzettel.
Cheating. I've got
Cheating
something
board.
up there that
board.
I'm going to share with you in a little bit. Okay, let me cheat. Is to build a growth roadmap, which means the ability to say, this is where we are, this is where we want to go, and those are the milestones we need to hit in between.
Yeah. Done?
Done.
That's a good one, but I would say from 10, out of 10, if you are lucky, there's one.
Who knows? That's why I put it on the list of what people need to do.
But I'm always thinking about the situation you described about with Cologne, with the city of Cologne, where I think, okay, they are thinking about everybody. When I said everybody, there's nobody able to do a proper roadmap, not for 1 year, just for 1 quarter. Doing roadmaps is so I'm a real roadmap guy but building roadmaps and proper milestones which are sportive but achievable. So it's like setting goals It's so hard. So I totally agree, but I would not mention them in the first year of a training.
That is actually the first thing I would do with them. Yeah, I would have a really practical, really practical boot camp where day one would only be, let's look at what you already got. What has been working, what is working right now, what is not working, and what are your goals for the future, and how the fuck do we get you there? What are the key experiments that get you there?
I totally agree, but I just would mention
it's interesting.
It's Champions League. It's really Champions League, and there are a lot of teams and players not able to play in the Champions League.
Cool. Yeah, but
that's a good one.
Those are actually not the guys that I want to play with the Champions League. I think that's a minimum requirement for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they need. But you don't choose your customers.
They need to be willing.
Yeah, you have to be willing.
Play there.
Okay.
Okay. What's your next
there was a roadmap. Next one would be something like how is it called? I would say something like this: technical understanding. Not to be able to code. So it's really great if you are able to code.
Yeah.
Or maybe just to fix a little bit, think about the T-shape, fix a little bit HTML, CSS if there is something broken. That's cool, but I think what is not good is if you have a fear about coding. Oh, there's code. No, I'm not able to do this.
I need to ask my developer to change a word in my WordPress website.
And it will cost 1,000 euros and will last 10 days. Okay?
Yeah.
So technical understanding. To just add one more in the container of technical understanding would mean something like to be able to communicate with developers, agencies, and so on in the right way, so that if I tell them what I want to have, that I exactly get back what I want to have.
Yeah.
And that's not their fault, that it's your fault how you communicate to them, how you are able to formulate your requirements and so on and so on.
Yeah.
That's one thing what is really important for everybody. I would say.
I have another one.
And hard. 80% is fine. Yeah.
My next one, I don't know. I'm wondering now why I didn't
I like
put it
the
up
game
higher.
now.
You like should play this kind of game more often. Is the ability to generate targeted traffic. That is what people are actually asking for the most.
I would say.
Dude, Ben, we got a cool product going on for us. If just more people would know about it, we would be impacting and changing the world and being rich in the meantime. Yeah. So the ability to create organic traffic by meaning you exchange time and customer empathy on social media and email marketing and PR against traffic, and the ability to do this with paid traffic with basic channels like Google and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Yeah, having the general knowledge on how that figures out.
Yeah, agree. Really hard. Maybe one of the Champions League skills again. 1 of 10, maybe. If you're lucky.
Yeah.
Traffic. Then I would say next one is really easy because it's just copywriting. Texting. Writing text. We always say, okay, if I do a workshop, there are 30 people, I always get, who is able to write?
Yeah.
All hands are up, right?
Yeah.
And I say, okay, who's really good in texting a landing page? Of 30 people, there are at least, or max, 2.
Yeah.
Then I say, okay, who's able to do this thing I told already, this technical requirement thing?
Yeah.
There's maybe 1. Then I say, who's able to do really, really cool Facebook ads? So there are so many different reasons why you have to text something, and it's always different, and there's a different meaning in terms of customer empathy is always different.
Yeah.
If I have to talk more than one language, and so on and so on. I would say copywriting. So if we are able to build landing pages, if we design, and so in the end, it's always, oh, my text sucks.
Yeah. So copywriting is the art of being able to communicate clearly your message in a way that convinces your customer to act. Yeah. I think that is huge, and I think that would have been one of the things I would have mentioned next, like to really be able to clarify your message and be able to express that. And I think copywriting is super close to that. Yeah.
What do you think? I have just an example in my mind. What do you think? What is the most asked question in terms of copywriting in big corporates?
No, do I have to do it in English? No.
No, du or sie.
Du or sie.
So in English it is just you, but in German it's always the formal, the polite version is sie, and the other one is
du. It's like, are you on a first name basis or on a last name basis with your customers?
It's always like, it's this kind of discussion is always like, okay, but in Facebook everybody's saying do, but we are like this, and it's like, okay, talk to me later if you finish this discussion. Okay, nice. So it's your turn.
It's my turn, and let me just do something that is really close to that skill and that I would have picked. It's being able to set up a proper content marketing strategy. Yeah. So in a training situation, if you are doing this in a real project, I would put that even before the ads, before generating traffic.
Yeah.
Because you need to be able to create good content that is on point, that has good copywriting or storytelling or whatever you want to call it, good messaging, imbued to it in order to get the attention. Yeah. So being able to say, what are the 50, let's say you would do an SEO strategy, you would be able to say, what are the 50 articles we would need to write in order to position ourselves as market leaders in our niche. That ability to transfer those articles into social media posts, into different formats, maybe the ability to sit in front of a camera and record that if that's your style, but to be either good at text, image, or video. One of those three. To be able to do content marketing is my thingy. Okay, what's yours? Next one.
Pareto. 80-20 rule.
It's just being productive.
No. So if you talk about a corporate or a small team, they start negotiating, they start discussing about quality. Okay, that's not the right quality. If we do a video now here or an Insta story or just a Facebook video about our GrowthArtic show, we will do this today because we're always forgetting this. We don't think about the quality, right? If it is just shaking, we don't care because we think, in terms of customer empathy, that this is not the most important part for our target group.
Even though I spent like an hour setting up this set.
That's cool. That's really cool. I drank a beer in the meantime, but that's something like...
He did an Instagram story saying like, boring, I'm waiting.
Sleeping, it's 8 now. But I think 80-20 rule, so to be able to, or to formulate it a little bit better, to be able to prioritize what is important for a feature, for a story, for a landing page, for a content marketing strategy, what is important and what is not.
To be able to measure that as well.
That's another one.
That is something that I personally would add to what I said about the experiments. You need to be able to say, out of those 10 experiments, those were the 2 best that resulted into 80% of the results. And you should be able to do that on a weekly basis.
That's a great one.
Yeah. All right, I like it. So, next one from me.
It's your turn,
Is it? Right. You said 80-20 rule. Is I'm really feeling sorry for the poor soul writing our description this time. So you can go.
Good keywords.
You can go to growthartic.com/29 and see a list of this very neatly because Alex or Julia did this beautifully. Thank you guys for editing our madness.
Thank you very much.
So you have created your roadmap, you have your content, you need to be able to build a funnel. Next, the ability to generate traffic that we already have. This traffic needs to land somewhere. Yeah, it needs to land in a fucking landing page, a messenger bot. You need to be able to sign up people there, send them through an email marketing series, and upsell them. Yeah. Again, maybe you say again Champions League shit, but
not shit. Champions League.
But it is. It is what needs to be happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Push your clear message through your content marketing into a great funnel, because it doesn't help to only get attention. You need to convert people. Yeah. And that happens through the funnel metaphor, where you have lots of people and you're losing people. They are qualifying themselves until they become customers and repeat customers. Building a funnel.
True.
What's next?
True.
You see that I'm cheating, right? You start noticing that I'm cheating.
Yeah, for sure. But I start taking another one.
Good.
Yeah, I think there is something like sales, but sales I think is too broad. So for me, a skill is...
What? That's a fucking good one.
Yeah, sure.
Man.
It's a good one? Okay, then we take sales.
Why is it not my list?
I have no idea.
That's
you asked me.
Honestly, I wanted to have this conversation with Hendrik in order to get challenged.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, on this.
And does it work?
Sales, man, yes, it does work.
So sales is important, but I think sales is broad. But the problem I'm always facing is that there are sitting the small startups and say, okay, I'm not that good in sales, so talking to customers or foreigners is not that my... Or say, okay, close your idea immediately, because if you're not able to talk to other people about your idea, and that's not sales, yeah, that's the beginning of the communication. Yeah. That's talking to other people. But in the end, to be able to start a sales call, how to start it, you can learn. There are good people, but you can learn. So how to start a sales call, we are not talking about copywriting now, it's how to start a newsletter if you want a sales newsletter, not writing it, just to think about the concept. That's something what I think is really, really, really important. Sales is a container for me as well for pricing. Yeah, because pricing is a hard.
Yeah, making a good offer at a reasonable price.
Making a good offer, start high and so on. So that's everything what I would see in the skill sales. I love sales.
It's really hard to die as a startup if you're good at sales. It is that strong that you can even have a shitty product and still survive. It's actually a risk if you're really good at sales, because you will not die. You will not starve, and you will always keep your boat afloat. It's so important. The question is that part of the growth marketer's mindset? I think so, in the B2B arena. If you are in a B2B sales environment, or let's say in an insurance environment, it's always about, as a growth marketer, at least you need to generate very qualified leads that can be marketing and sales qualified really quickly. And that's why understanding of sales is crucial. When I made the decision to become an entrepreneur, I read lots of books like Rich Dad Poor Dad, and he mentioned that the rich dad guy in the story recommended you need to learn sales, you need to join a company that has a good sales training program, and he joined Xerox. And I joined the infamous AVD. It's an insurance and finance product.
Everybody joined. Me not?
Not you, but lots of people. Lots of people did. And I told myself, here's a 2-year deadline in which I will force myself to lose any fear of cold calling people.
Great.
And so I did that. I left like exactly after 2 years, and then started my own company. And my God, am I happy about this.
Cool.
The first company I started after that was Campus for Company. And I was the rainmaker. There is always in any B2B company, you have couple of people, and there are those rainmakers, the people who bring in the customers, yeah, and they have freedom, yeah,
they're important.
And I was so thankful to be that guy and not to be dependent on finding this guy. Yeah. So I love that. Thank you for putting that in.
Easy.
Yeah, very, very good one.
It's your turn.
So my next one would be analytics, data.
Yeah.
Understanding and not fearing your user journey, to see exactly how many people are coming to your website, what did it cost you, what are they doing on your website, are they actually converting to wherever you want them to convert, like sales, like newsletter signups, time on site. Are you able to calculate your cost per acquisition and at least an approximation of customer lifetime value? Because if you know those two guys, and you can win pretty much any business. Yeah. What do you think about that one?
Yeah, sure. Analytics is important. I would not say that it's Champions League.
It should be basically.
Yeah, because it's start with this, just start with the analytics stuff. Everybody should be able to think in Excel. I'm not talking about this S-Verweis thing maybe, but starting this, so not to fear. That's something what would be before me a T-shaped skill.
Yeah.
And everything else is coming just by experimentation again.
Yeah.
So
you need the analytics for the experimentation in order to see if you do your 80-20. Yeah, if you practice that, if you keep on growing, or if your experiments keep on just flatlining. Yeah. But the other things like messaging and stuff, that and customer insight is more important than analytics by far, because what if you see that you are flatlining? Then you need to go back to customer empathy and start doing good experiments, quality experiments that actually change. And then it's only your ability to measure that shows you. The analytics doesn't make your business better. It just makes your speed of learning so much faster. Yeah, but it does not dictate how many steps you need to get there. Yeah, it just helps you to learn faster. What's your next one?
One more?
You one more, I one more, and then we're done.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Easy one. It's missing there. It's good. You can sell more modules.
What is it? Tell me.
It's presentations, pitching. Be able to bring your fucking story in a good presentation. In 3 minutes, in 5 minutes, in 10 minutes, in what is asked for.
I want to hear another one because it's too close to sales. Please, just give me another
that's
one.
not.
No,
I can give you.
Would you argue for that's it?
I can give you another one, but it's not close to sales.
It's not?
It's not. Sales is about how to talk one-on-one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in my eyes, it's one-on-one, and doing presentations is to convince an audience, of whatever it is.
Okay.
So to get the audience on your side, and then another one is one-on-one.
Okay.
And you want one more? Okay,
no,
you don't want one.
Actually, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah?
I would say I'm done. I went full circle on my things, but added a couple of other ones. I'm really curious what you guys would add to this list. What do you think? What are the most important skill set of a growth marketer these days? I'm pretty sure we will miss super obvious ones. Yeah.
Leadership, maybe.
Yeah.
So if you want to build up teams,
that's another dimension. Like that is going from the solo growth marketer to the team lead. That is a really interesting one.
Yeah, it's interesting, but it's not for the first.
Yeah.
For the first phase, I would agree. Yeah.
So can I share my shizzle and get feedback on them?
It works. Sure.
So I've been asked, like, how would you structure a curriculum? Yeah, for a growth marketer, and we at Pirate Skills decided like to do a season, next year in 2019, to actually give people every 6 months a chance to go through a growth marketer, like a series of workshops that build on top of each other. And we said that we do this. Let's look at this for the YouTube people. You should be able at some point to see this.
That's okay.
That's good. Yeah. You see this this circular shape. It's actually like a hexagon, and I always love the number 6. My company is called Sixfold. I'm insane about 6, and I like 6 months because it gives me the chance to repeat myself like two times per year, maybe one cycle with a B2C focus, one with a B2B focus. But the idea I had is this: January, building a growth roadmap. Actually being able to say where you are, where you want to go, and the milestones in between. Next month, learning content marketing and storytelling. Really clarifying your message, building good content marketing, because you need that for month 3 to create a funnel. Funnel is always empty. You need something to put into your funnel, and it's better if you know the message first to suit the funnel to the message, right? 4th month is analytics, being able to track your funnel, from top to bottom. 5th month would be ads, being able to drive traffic through the whole thing, and that would make up the 5 big modules I would set up for the technical growth marketer that is in an ad relevant space. And I think you could replace sales with ads on the B2B cycle. And then there's month number 6 is the Pirate Skills camp, where I want to do like a bar camp, where we can put all topics together, invite bigger speakers, and do that. So if you have feedback on that, or if you wish we would take other topics in as well, please let us know. Please. That would be great. Do you think this would be a good growth marketers education if this was a 5-day boot camp, Monday through Friday?
If we replace ads by sales, and then we could bring ads to the content side maybe in this part, because for the sales guys it is important to do the ads as well.
Put the ads in the funnel and just make it depend on the funnel, because it's the first step of the funnel. Interesting. Interesting.
I think sales is necessary. Sales is essential. Say like this. Sales is essential, so I miss sales. And this customer empathy thing could be something
that I want to do in the content marketing section. It used to be called like content and story, but I just scrapped it out. Because I don't want to ride that storytelling horse that is currently cool and will be out of fashion in 2 weeks.
Cool.
All right. So that's our roundup. You can check out this episode at growthartic.com/29, all about growth skills. Love to hear from you guys. Get your reviews, get your opinions in the comments on what's
your
good.
Skills. What about your T-shape? Where are you really expert in? That is interesting.
And we would love to hear from you what further episodes and topics you would love us to talk about. Okay?
Or if we should start inviting some people.
Oh, that is a good idea. What if we had a 3rd person here that we could interview? Who would you like us to interview?
Tell us.
All right, man. That was a good session.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Don't wink in the camera. I heard in a podcast.
Don't
wink in the camera. We are always doing like this.
Don't do this.